We've got more red pills today. I wanted to discuss it. I'm looking at red flags again because I think it's unique, and the warning sign of not having hobbies is diminished. Before I start, I think this is a popular topic online. I believe many have discussed this topic. Many couples struggle with this. Contrary to popular belief, men do not always have more interests than women. Sometimes the woman is more driven and the man, depending on his job, wants to just watch TV. This reduces his hobby time. He may lose his wife if she stays home. They will have more time and energy for hobbies. She works full-time and enjoys her hobbies, so this may not always be true. Thus, this is not a yes or no situation. Most people think men have more hobbies than women. Not always. Certainly a greater number of pastimes that require a greater financial investment on your part, such as hunting, fishing, gaming, and even occasionally other activities can be categorized under this rubric. I'm sorry, but I have no idea going to a variety of events. We're traveling on a whim. So whereas women, a lot of their hobbies are less financially demanding, because they can do them at home. I want to connect that to our biological differences, which I believe will be contested by a large number of people, particularly within the contemporary community of social justice warriors, where men are concerned. I'm going to say that men are biologically driven to provide women, and women are biologically meant to raise children. This is a natural tendency that comes from our biology. They make up our physical cells. As a result, women will focus on finding a partner and raising a child, while men will focus on earning money and providing financial freedom for their families. It's just the way things are, and men can easily make money from their hobbies. Many methods exist today. And I think that whether or not you're trying to monetize a hobby, because you know that for years and years, people just have hobbies of collecting things or hunting, and it's not really fiscally involved, but at the root of it, it's still about providing hunting, even as fishing is. Collecting can also be, it can make money off of things that you know. Even if we don't admit it, it's about money, which means you have to support your family. So it stands to reason that men will naturally have more hobbies than women, so you must carefully consider that aspect. You'll notice an increase in the number of women who just want to talk, go to bars, and get coffee, and don't want to spend time with a hobby. Housework, like cooking, arranging flowers and vases, and rearranging my clothes, may have been more of a consideration than a hobby. Women tend to do these things naturally. There are still women who do many things. Free time. My grandmother has spent thousands of dollars and countless hours making dolls and miniatures. So it's not that, and I don't want to generalize because we often do that. This can also affect those who have never shown any hobbies. Playing sports is another activity that comes to mind, possibly not by playing an instrument, but I want to target women who rely on their physical appearance to get attention, satisfaction, and that satisfaction trigger in their brain. I'm talking to women who lost the wow, she works out impression. She clearly takes care of herself. I'm interested in dating her, but she doesn't have any interests outside of work, which might seem minor, but there are 4 of them. I'll list them. First, they will keep you from enjoying your hobbies. Never forget. First college girlfriend, I work out a lot, and if I don't, it messes up my mental state and makes me feel bad. It got to the point where I wanted things that she said extrinsically, externally, like she would actually speak to me and say this, but she almost like equated it to me cheating, like it's constant, like I'm putting working out before her, which girl I mean if I'm not working out. This is a double standard. You can't meet their physical requirements without going to the gym. They don't want you to exercise because it puts them in the spotlight. You'll lose time. Many things apply to this. If you don't have a hobby and have never seen someone who spends that much time on it and doesn't benefit financially or socially, it will seem foolish and shame you into quitting, which can lead to a lack of fulfillment. You have every right to resent the person who caused you to give up the hobby, as this behavior may indicate a lack of intrinsic drive and motivation. External motivators, from an animalistic perspective, are like running from a dangerous wild animal and hunting night and day to feed your tribe. These activate adrenals. Running from a dangerous wild animal is similar. They motivate best because you get an adrenaline rush when you finish them. Like running a race, this pace cannot be maintained. Intrinsic motivation fuels Long-term goal setting. This drives invention. It drives society's progress. It's just the entrepreneurial side that you don't need to venture into your hobbies, but they help society in significant ways. I found people uninteresting without internal motivation. It's just the entrepreneurial side, which are hobbies but benefit society. I think people's hobbies are the most interesting because we have free will, and they won't set them up for greater personal and financial freedom. Hobbies can teach countless skills. Today, hobbies can be monetized. Thirdly, she's fixated on you, possibly unhealthy. Relationships require a balance of good attention, amount of attention, and time spent together. If you throw it off, especially early on, you're either going to burn out or feel neglected. And women are especially prone to and need more balance than men. If she doesn't have a hobby or a history of having Jaga's hobbies, she'll have more time and want to spend with you, have higher expectations of what she can learn from you, and look to you to help her achieve more of her goals. If you're really investing in this art, making this painting or this website you're trying to start, you understand that not everything has to come from that person you're dating. Personal ventures are healthy, strengthen relationships, and balance life. Without a hobby, too much attention and expectation can be harmful. She's also more promiscuous. As I mentioned, if a woman's romantic marketplace value is high and she's considered attractive, she'll naturally spend more time on that. Because if you've triggered those satisfaction nodes in your brain, because people are recognizing that you're hot, and they come up to you and comment about that, then you'll want to keep going back there and not really have to venture to pursue these hobbies because it's let me just put some makeup on. I'll eat well, exercise, and buy nice clothes to get free drinks at the bar. Date requests are inevitable. I'll get presents. Why would I want to spend more time on a hobby if I can just do this and be satisfied? They're just going to go back to their basic form, which is still based on procuring a mate, even if they don't want to get married. It feels good because we're biologically wired to procreate. To help us, please watch this video. Please subscribe and send this video to anybody you think will benefit from it the most.